So, have you noticed it too? That feeling that something's just a little off with ChatGPT lately? Maybe a bit more robotic? A little too cautious? Well, you are definitely not alone, and you better believe OpenAI has noticed. Today, we're diving into their massive, high-stakes answer, GPT-6. And this isn't just another update, folks. This is a complete teardown and redesign, all aimed at creating an AI that, for the first time, actually remembers you.
And yeah, this quote right here, it really just nails the feeling that was bubbling up all over the internet. This wasn't just a handful of users complaining, it was a firestorm. It was a clear signal that OpenAI had a real crisis of trust on its hands with the very people who championed it from the beginning.
And that brings us right to the heart of the problem, what we're calling the trust crisis. You see, after GPT-5 and then 5.2 rolled out, the vibe just changed. Longtime fans felt like the creative, brilliant AI they knew had been swapped out for, as many people put it, a cold, robotic nanny. So what exactly went so wrong? Well, the complaints were pretty specific. People felt the AI had become patronizing, almost like it was lecturing them with this weirdly moralizing tone. It felt way too censored, losing that creative, nuanced spark that made GPT-4 feel so revolutionary. And this wasn't just talk. It caused a huge user exodus, with people flopping to competitors like Claude and Gemini, looking for that spark they felt they'd lost. So what was OpenAI's move? Well, it wasn't just a simple patch or a quick fix. No, that user backlash directly lit a fire under the development of GPT-6. The mission wasn't to just tweak the existing model, it was to go back to the drawing board and completely redesign the entire experience. And this is such a great way to think about the shift in strategy. People were calling GPT 5.2 fixing the engine. You know, it was a bit faster, a bit more logical, sure, but it was still the same car. With GPT-6, OpenAI isn't just tuning the engine anymore. They are building a whole new vehicle from the ground up. It was basically a company-wide code red, and they zeroed in on three massive improvements. First, a huge shift away from just raw power to focus on rigorous, expert-level reasoning. Second, they're throwing resources at fixing that frustrating lag to make conversations feel instant and fluid. And third, deep multimodality, weaving text, images, and even the video magic from Sora 2 into one single, seamless system. But believe it or not, none of those is the biggest deal. Which brings us to this, the one feature that honestly changes the entire game: persistent memory. This is the breakthrough that truly separates GPT-6 from every single AI model that has ever come before it. Now, to really get why memory is such a big deal, you have to understand the biggest limitation of pretty much all AI right now: the context window. Think of it like a really, really bad short-term memory. The second your chat ends or you type too much, poof, the AI gets total amnesia. It has no idea who you are or what you were just talking about. GPT-6 is designed to end this cycle of forgetting. For the very first time, the AI will actually remember you. It's going to hold on to details about your projects, your unique writing style, your preferences, and not just for one session, but indefinitely. That constant, annoying need to re-explain everything, gone. I mean, this is a massive paradigm shift. We are literally moving from an AI that's just a generic, forgetful tool to an AI that can be a personalized companion, a true collaborator. It can start to anticipate what you need because it actually knows you, your history, and your goals. And this isn't just some cool tech feature. It's right at the core of OpenAI's whole vision. Like their CEO, Sam Altman, said, users want an AI that gets them, that understands them personally. Persistent memory is the key that could finally unlock that promise and turn this into a real, continuous relationship. But you know, better tech is only half the battle. If you really want to win back trust, you've got to address the original problems head on. And that's why OpenAI is also making some major course corrections to its policies, targeting the exact complaints that pushed people away. First up, a new treat adults like adults policy. It uses age gating to relax some of those content filters, which is a direct answer to the over-censorship problem. They're also giving us control over the AI's personality, so you can finally switch from that default polite tutor voice to something more casual, funny, whatever you want. And crucially, they're updating guidelines to aim for ideological neutrality and are actually showing up on places like Reddit to listen to feedback and rebuild that trust. But OpenAI's vision for GPT-6 goes way, way beyond just a chat box on a screen. The long-term game here is a full-blown ecosystem that weaves this new AI right into the fabric of our lives. And yep, that means hardware. So let me introduce you to Project Sweet Pea. Word is, OpenAI is in a secret collaboration with none other than Johnny Ive, you know, the legendary design genius from Apple, and they're building a totally new kind of AI hardware device, a true personal companion. The idea behind Sweet Pea is seriously ambitious. We're talking about a screen-free, wearable device, maybe a pin you wear or an earbud, that uses your voice as the main way you interact with it. The goal is what they call ambient computing, an AI powered by GPT-6 that's just there, always with you, always aware of your context, but never getting in your way. It's about pulling AI off the screen and putting it into the world with you. Okay, but let's be real. A leap in power this massive brings some equally massive new challenges with it. An AI that can see what you see, hear what you hear, and remember everything about you, that raises some profound questions we need to answer.
An AI with a perfect memory forces us to ask some really tough questions, like who actually owns your data? How is your entire personal history with an AI kept safe from misuse? Then you've got the huge computational cost. And for the AI community, this is the big one. Is this actually a step toward true artificial general intelligence?
And let's not brush past that cost. Some analysts are estimating that a single session with this persistent memory feature could use up to 100 times more resources than a GPT-4 session. That could easily lead to some really expensive tiered pricing, creating a world where only some people can afford the fully personalized, context-aware experience.
When you boil it all down, GPT-6 really feels like a watershed moment. It signals this fundamental shift in how we relate to AI. We're moving away from a tool that feels like a simple database you ask questions to, and toward an advisor you can truly collaborate with, one who actually knows your backstory and gets what you're trying to achieve.
Which leaves us with the big, critical question. Is an AI that remembers everything you say and do the ultimate breakthrough we've been waiting for, or is it a massive liability that we're just not ready to handle? That, right there, is the high-stakes gamble OpenAI is making, and we are all about to find out how it pays off.